Hello, everybody. Welcome to my crazy life. It's Lori. Tonight, I have for you a whoa, look at all this food. I went a little nutso at the grocery store, and if you can see, I spent $153.70. What? You're probably thinking, girl, what are you doing? I spend $40 a week. However, I am going to be having some surgery here in a week and a half or so. And I need to have some food prep because it's going to be shoulder surgery. Therefore, honey, I will only have one arm. I mean, I'll have two arms, obviously, but for the first week or so, I'm going to be healing. And so I was trying to make my life easier, and I'm going to make a bunch of food. So let me walk you through what I bought. At Aldi, I spent $91.99, and then I spent $4.74 because I forgot the cream cheese. At Kroger, I spent $35.97, and at GFS, that's Gordon Food Service here in Ohio. I don't know if you have them where you're at, but it's like a restaurant equipper type store. I spent $21. And let's show you what. I purchased 2 beef broths, 2 chicken broths. I get the smaller containers. They're 50 cents a piece, but I don't necessarily need a whole 4 cups, and it will go bad before I can use it. So I just buy, and I can freeze it, but right now I'm doing what's easiest. So beef and chicken. I'm going to make some pepperoni pizzas from my freezer. So I got some pepperoni. I got hard salami just to have because I like to eat that. I got 2.5 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to cook it up and portion it out for easy meals. I got a half butt roast for $8.58. I thought that was a good deal at Aldi. I'm going to do a pulled pork in that. 2 breakfast sausage for meals, for breakfast items. 2 cans of chicken breasts. These are $1.99 at my Aldi, and they make a really good buffalo chicken dip, which then I'm going to freeze. So I got 2. Well, one of these is for chicken salad, and one is for buffalo chicken dip. I got 2 bags of frozen broccoli florets and 2 green beans. And I'm going to prep like my own keto lean cuisines or something. Some heavy whipping cream for cooking and coffee. 2 extra sharp cheddars to chop up just to eat. Pepper jack for the same reason, because these are good to have when I eat the salami. I got a container of Parmesan, a container of sour cream, 3 dozen eggs. I'm doing a lot of cooking, and I'll boil some just to eat. I got a 2-pound bag of extra sharp cheddar, and then 2 1-pound bags of mozzarella. I'm going to make some keto. It's like a pizza dough, and freeze it, and then put my pizza stuff on it and freeze it and make frozen pizzas. I got 2 pounds of butter, 6 things of cream cheese for all kinds of meals. I got a salsa just to have because I like salsa. And I bought radish to go in with my roast or something. Probably go in with the roast. Maybe. I also have some beef in my freezer to make beef stew, so it may end up with the beef stew. I got 2 Powerade or Gatorade Zeros. I love this stuff, and I'm going to take it for after my surgery to help me rehydrate. And with all the pain medications and stuff, I'm just going to need that. And then, I didn't get that. I got that at Target. But at Aldi, I got 2 coffees, a vanilla and a hazelnut, just to have, because, coffee, what? Have to have my coffee. I purchased some farm fresh zucchini. It's like $1.39, and there's 3 pretty decent sized zucchini in there. I'm going to cut it up as a side for one of my meals, or some of my meals, and some stevia, because coffee. So that's everything I bought at Aldi for the $91, which I don't think is bad. I got a lot of protein. Excuse me, my cold. Then I went to Kroger to pick up a few things, and I got 2 bars of my Lily's chocolate, 1 just to have on hand, and 1 I'm going to make some chocolate chip muffins to freeze. So I'll just chop up that bar. My Kroger doesn't sell the chocolate chips, and I didn't feel like running all the way out to Whole Food. And then I thought I'll do a beef roast as well. So a pork roast tonight and a beef roast. I'm cooking these overnight tonight. So as soon as I'm done putting all this away, I'm going to get the 2 crock pots out and get these 2 roasts going. And this is just a beef top round. It was $12.77. I needed more pizza sauce. And this was the Kroger brand. It's only 4 carbs. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, so I grabbed some pizza sauce. I got some more G.H. Hughes sugar-free barbecue. and some Frank's Red Hot to make my buffalo chicken dip and all the things. And then I bought some beef femurs. I'm going to boil these down and make some beef broth. I think after surgery for recovery, some collagen-enriched broth will be really good for me. So that's what I'm going to do with these 2 bones. And I may take them to my cousin after I'm done cooking them if her dogs might like them, because she's got 2 big old German Shepherds. I'll have to see if they can have them. I don't know because I have cats and they cannot have that. Then I went to Gordon Food Services. That is, like I said, like a restaurant equipper, but you don't need a wholesale membership or anything in there. They just sell stuff for restaurants or to-go containers and things. And I grabbed these, and I'm not sure if you can see, but there are 3 sections. So like protein, side. And there's 25 of these containers and lids. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to put my lean cuisine meals in, label them, put them in my freezer, and then when I need something to eat, I can just grab one and microwave it, or leave it out overnight. You know, take a couple out at a time, let them thaw in the fridge, and then I'll have lunches and dinners prepared. So if when I'm home alone, I'll be able to, you know, not have to worry about what I'm eating and not go off my keto plan. And these are Anchor Packaging culinary squares, 3-compartment container and lids. Hot or cold foods, microwavable, consumer reusable, recyclable. So these are good because I'm going to microwave in them. 25, and they were like $11.99. I grabbed these, and these are pan liners for full-size sheet pans. Now, I have half-size sheet pans, so I'll cut these in half. And they line my sheet pans, and it's just easier when I'm trying to do bulk cooking. This is $4.49, but I'll have 100 sheets, which I don't think is a bad deal. And it just makes easier cleanup. So I grabbed these. It's actually a better deal, I think, than buying the parchment paper from the Dollar Tree when I'm cooking as much as I'm going to be cooking. And then the last thing I bought at GFS was some bacon. And if you can see how thick these slices are, they're calling it a medium slice, but I think that's pretty thick. 3 pounds for $12.99, which is excellent price for bacon. Pretty clean bacon too. So I'm going to bake all of this up, package it into manageable portions, you know, maybe 4 or 5 bags, and then I'll take 1 bag out at a time when I want to like use it that week to heat up for breakfast or cook with it or whatever. But that's 3 pounds, and it's 18 to 22 slices per pound. So that's could be potentially 60 slices of bacon for $12. So that was a good deal. So that is everything I purchased. And then obviously if I need to run to the store, my surgery's not this week coming up, but the following week. But I need to get moving on this. So this weekend, it's Saturday right now that I'm talking to you. I'm going to put all this away, and then we'll get the roast going. I'll be back. All right, everybody, we got the 2 crock pots out. They're both on low. I'm going to cook these all night long. So over here, I've got my beef roast with a stick of butter and some of my homemade onion seasoning. And I'm just going to put a bunch in there. I put salt and pepper. Oops, that's a lot. And then I'm going to add the radishes and just let that cook all night long on low heat. So that one's done. Here's my pork roast, and I'm going to make some pulled pork. And I've got some Mississippi, Memphis style barbecue. Tomorrow when I pull it, I'll add some barbecue sauce. But for tonight, I also have a stick of butter. I always, for my keto, add a stick of butter. Salt and pepper, and then this seasoning. You want a lot. There is a lot of meat in here. You want it to be flavored. All right, and that's gonna go on low. It is 8:30. I'm getting up early, and when I get up in the morning, these should be done. I can turn them off to let them cool, to portion them out, and I'll bring you along. Alrighty. All right, guys, here is the pulled pork. I'm leaving it in its juices while it cools, so hopefully it'll soak up some, and then I will pull it out of the juice, and I will package it up. This was that pork roast with all the seasonings and a stick of butter. And this is the beef roast that I made. Same thing, seasoning, stick of butter. It's 8:05, so this went almost 12 hours, and it is, let's see if I can show you. I mean, it's just falling apart. And again, I'm leaving it in its juice till it cools. because I want it to soak up some juices. It's going to go in the freezer, so I want to have plenty of moisture. And then when it comes out, I'm ready to cook it. I'll just maybe put barbecue sauce on it or mustard or whatever. So that's my first set of batch cooking. And I have, from the beef roast, I took the radishes out about 5:30 this morning and put them in the fridge. I'm going to serve those in my container with the beef roast, but they were done. So I took them out, and then I will package all this up for my freezer. So here's round one. I'm back, and right now what I'm cooking up is some ground beef. It's 2.5 pounds. All I'm going to do is salt and pepper it. Later on, I will season it with whatever it is that I want to make that day with the ground beef. Mix it with some riced cauliflower or whatever. Make some nacho tacos. Put a little seasoning in it, taco seasoning when I heat it up. So what I'll probably do is put this into 4 separate containers. I'm doing that. In here, I'm making beef broth. Oh, you just got a sauna. I've got some beef bones boiling away. These will go all day. Some beef shank bones I got at the grocery store. Alrighty. Right now, I'm getting ready to cook my breakfast sausage. The hamburger's out. It's draining in the sink and cooling so I can package it up. I was going to make sausage patties, but I've decided to make my breakfast sausage gravy. So biscuits and gravy. And then I'm going to take the other half and put it into some egg bakes. Then I will make some egg muffins in the oven with just egg, cheese, this sausage, salt and pepper. And freeze those. So that's an easy grab and go breakfast. And I can cook both pounds of sausage together and just do half and half. So that's going. And over here I have a pot on my scale that I need to measure out 6 ounces of cream cheese. There we go. So that's what I'm doing next. I'm just going to melt, it's cream cheese, heavy whipping cream, beef broth, salt, pepper. I think that's it. I'm not going to add the spices because this is very seasoned sausage. So this is my leftover cream cheese, and I have to clean off my scale. I dropped some cream cheese on it. I'm telling you, if you're keto, these scales are a lifesaver. I love my scale. All right, so I'm just going to cook up this sausage. Right now, I'm just kind of prepping a bunch of stuff so I can make my meals. Trying to think, of all the things. I've got my 2 pans of bacon getting ready to come out, and then I'll put the last 2 in. And how I'm going to store them is in this container I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to do layers of bacon because I can pull a whole layer out for the week. So this will just get frozen. I don't have to go and individually freeze. When I pull out one sheet, that'll be all the bacon for that week, and that way, and it'll last that long. For a week is fine in my refrigerator. I wouldn't go more than that, but that'll be fine. So this is all that's happening in my life right now. And the dog. All right, I'll be back. All right, sorry about the banging. My neighbor apparently has decided that he needs to, I'm not sure what he's doing, my condo neighbor. This is the sausage gravy. It's a little thinner than a regular sausage gravy, but oh, it's delicious. And it's cream cheese, cream, beef stock, and sausage. Oh, and a little bit of instant coffee. So that's gonna cool, and I'll package that up. Here's the rest of the sausage. It's gonna go into my breakfast casseroles here in a minute. Here's my ground beef that's cooling. I just don't want to I don't want to package it up until it's cool. And next up, we have cauliflower. I'm just going to cook up a bunch of rice cauliflower. Half of this is going to become bacon mac and cheese for a side with some of my roast and meat. And half, I think I might just freeze it already cooked to mix like with the ground beef, or maybe I'll mix some in with the ground beef. But that is it. We're just kind of trucking along. It is now 11:40. This was going to be a marathon day of cooking. I knew that, so I just want to get it done and be good. Next weekend I will do house stuff and then surgery. Yeah. There, that'll all cook out. Okay, perfect. Just gonna let these things do their business. Right, the cauliflower's cooked, and it really cooked down, so I'm just gonna make one pan of cauliflower mac and cheese. I've got in the back there a half a stick of butter. I'm gonna throw some garlic in it. Not with that spoon, I'm not. With this, ooh. There we go. With this spoon, I'm just gonna throw a little garlic back here in it, just to give it a little something flavor. And I need to add a half a cup of heavy whipping cream to that. And then the rest will just go in with my eggs that I'm making over here as well. I wish you guys could see me a little better. Here. Maybe that's better. Okay, so this is just going in the pot back here. And that's heating up. It's on like a medium low. And in here I've got 16 eggs, some heavy whipping cream. Here's my 2 pounds of cheddar cheese. Goodness gracious. But I have, in this casserole, the pound of brown sausage. I threw some mushrooms because I had some extra. And I'm going to sprinkle the cheese on it for my egg casserole. Some of this will be lunch breakfast this week, and then the rest will be for when I'm recuperating. I love a sharp cheddar. So, and I know I should be grating my own, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And with the amount of food that I need to prepare, I just can't. And my shoulder, yeah. So this is just going to end up in this pan, right, like you do. And I'm going to do some serious amount of dishes today. Now we're up to, I've got buffalo chicken dip going in the back. I just need to melt everything. And then this is going to be part of my lunches for this week, which is just zucchini. And then I had some leftover chicken and some of that cheese sauce, so I just kind of mixed it together. And we'll heat that up like a casserole kind of thing. I just don't want to be wasteful. You know, this is a lot of food and a lot of money. So we're not going to waste it all. What we're going to do is cook it and eat it, whether I eat it now or when I need it. But I do have a week worth of you know, of work, a week and 2 days actually. So this will all get eaten up. So all I'm doing right now is going to saute zucchini and onion. I'll add some ranch seasoning to it because that's what I have sitting here on the counter. I have some butter in here, and I have the dishwasher running because that's what you do when you're trying to, like, you know, clean as you go. So that is done. This is on a low back here. It's all melting together. And if it's too hot, because I forgot I didn't have ranch dressing, but I used ranch seasoning and Frank's Red Hot. So if I need to, I can add a little more cream cheese, maybe a little sour cream, or some butter or something to it to tone it down. Although I can handle, oops, sorry for the spoon. I can handle, you know, some heat there. And then this is just gonna saute till it's cooked. Now, because I bought the rotisserie chicken on Friday that I'm using for my lunches this week, what I'll do is prep all this up, and then I will put them in their containers in the freezer. I'll take them out on the day of for lunch, and that way I won't have any, you know, I don't want spoilage. I'm thinking it'll be fine, but just in case, we don't need that to happen. So I'm just going to let this kind of do its thing. And then the last thing I need to do is I'm making some keto pizza dough, which you've seen, and I'm making some savory waffles, which you've seen. So the last thing I'll show you once everything is done is I'll take you on a tour of my freezer and show you all the things that have been prepared. So next up, for now, actually, I lie. I need to make, this week I'm going to make some dessert type stuff to have in the freezer. Muffins, some cookies maybe, I don't know, some keto something, just to have, because I will be bored, and that's part of my problem, is I'm going to be bored because I'm going to be home by myself. And this won't be done until late tonight, the stock. It'll go till about 8 o'clock to get all that collagen out of those bones. And then I think I'll just throw the bones away. I read that maybe they're not so good for the dogs, so we won't do that. I was going to save them for my cousin's dogs, but I don't want to make them sick, so we'll not do that, okay? Okay. Welcome to my freezer in the garage, everybody. We are ready to go, except for the waffles. They're still freezing, but I'll take you on a tour. Yes, we're in my garage. Okay, so I made a batch of pizza crust. And then I can just put sauce and cheese and pepperoni or whatever. These are egg casseroles, bacon. Over here I have uncooked hamburger patties that are already preformed. This is a Tupperware container. I love it. So if I want a hamburger, in here I have Zevia, which is a keto-friendly ginger ale. Well, they have different flavors, but I have ginger ale popsicles in case I'm ill after surgery and maybe nauseous. I figured some ginger ale pops would be great. These are meals that I prepped. So this side is pork, and then there's cheesy cauliflower and either broccoli. It looks like this one's broccoli, and some of them have roasted radish. Back here I have 2 of these buffalo chicken dip, but that'll be like a week's worth, really. In here, I have keto sausage gravy, and I'll use that on the waffles down here. Here's some that I already had in the fridge. These are my lunches for this week. That's just uncooked meats. These are my waffles that are made with the soul bread recipe. And then over here in the door, I have, this is the pork roast that's left over, so I can eat that. I've got beef roast. These are already made meatballs, just some cauliflower. I have 2 bags of pepperoni and 3 bags of ground beef and a Luna in my messy hallway because I need to put all my shoes away, and a bag of pork rinds. Yes, I'm out in the garage. So this is it. All of my food prep. This should get me through several weeks for sure. of my post-op. So I hope this is helpful to anybody else. Have a good one. Bye.